That's how it was day 2. Wake up and come down and play, you know? Cold start gameplay, it's the new meta.
Alright, we're open, we're live. I believe we are. You guys see it live? Yes, says live. They don't see us yet, though.
Yeah, they know what's up.
Yeah, they know what's
I
up.
hate when I can't tell if they can see us or not.
Yep.
I think we're live. If you guys are tuning in, this is Active Reload. I believe this is episode 6 going in. I forgot to change the channel title like a noob. Definitely episode 6, not 5. Why am I listening to my own channel right now? Hold on, sorry. Look at that. Look at that.
I feel like the camera just shit the bed.
Yeah, I just got my own advertisement, my own channel when it was minimized. Anyway, tonight it is, once again, me, arCtyc, Dafacex, Gandhi, and we have Ribs from Infinity joining us. Finally got somebody from Infinity to hop on and talk to us. So, Ribs, you want to talk a little bit about what happened at Hype?
Sure. I'm glad to be here. Basically, we just left off, picked up where we left off with the first Hype. You know, getting in there, trying to play intense, play round by round, and it worked out for the better. We were able to come through with a victory. I believe we went 6-0, and there was a lot of nail biters. There's I think 3 matches that went to the tie-break mat, and including that finals that almost went to tie-break for us on, which would have been a crazy match, but we were able to close it out on Old Town. So big shout out to my teammates, Terror, Flames, Admo. They came through, and trying to get a 3-peat, Hype Station 3.
That's it? Short and sweet?
Well, yeah, for now. I mean, we'll get into it more in depth. I know people are trying to say that a few of our matches we didn't look as strong as we should have. For example, SYN, people didn't expect us to go to 5 maps with SYN, but and definitely our first match we won by 1 round against ZYN and arCtyc. But the way I look at it is that when you get to these tournaments, it could go either way for either team. You know, it's just that one play, that one kill. It's nothing like playing online. You know, people go off online all the time. They put teams on their back. Online, if you get 1 kill at the beginning of the round, you know, it could go to either team, the better team, the worst team, the underdog. You know, so against SYN, the way I feel is we kind of gave them dry dock. That was the second map. We could have easily 3-0'd them. We only lost by 10 points, but I know a lot of teams lost by 10 points due to that last hill, the team spawning there. And then same thing with ZYN. I know Phobos remembers getting that Mano kick. If I won that 1v1, that's a 4-1 on Hotel, so that would have been a quick map. But you know, that's what I was just talking about. You know, anyone gets that kill at the end, whether it's the end of the round, beginning of the round, and it could change the whole swing of the match. And in the end, we were able to clutch out the last round. The Fathering was another crazy match. You know, that went to the very last round. That was actually our only match that went to the very last round. That was the 5th map, 3-3 rounds. But once again, we could have got a 3-0 if we won Dry Dock, and we lost Dry Dock by 1 kill. So that's just how it goes down when you're playing at these tournaments. But I'm glad we were able to get that victory. And looking forward to playing at NJ Halo this weekend. It's going to be the next LAN event for us. I believe all 4 of us are going. We're not sure yet. We're still trying to get things situated.
That wouldn't be fair to everyone.
Yeah, you win with pickup teams. Can't you let someone else win? Like raw talent come in there and win it? Oh, no, wait, you'll hop in the fucking Silverback and destroy them.
I mean, you can say it's unfair, but I think we're giving the other teams an opportunity to prove themselves. You know, it's double elimination. So we could be the team that could come out of the losers bracket. They could catch some steam, and we could also, you know, get put into the losers bracket ourselves. It's going to be the best of 3. Am I correct, Crream?
Yeah, it's going to be best of 3 the first few rounds, and if it moves fast enough, you know, depending on what time it is, we're going to probably switch up to best of 5 in the later ones. I know the final match is definitely best of 5.
Yeah. And then probably the losers bracket finals as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all depending on time also. You know how that happens with NJ Halo.
No, that's not happening again. I'm all over it this time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, me and Remix, we're going to be running the whole thing. Last time it only ran late because Caution's team twice decided to take 40 minutes to warm up when we thought we were playing.
It's ran late to the past 3 previous ones as well, you know. So, I mean, who knows what that's really going to
well,
come down.
no, that's because I wasn't running it. I only took charge the last second, and I was commentating the whole time. So, and then Mence was pretty much reffing it along with Remix. So, like, we didn't really have full control on it. It's going to be different this time. We're not letting people get more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes warm up, you're done. Play or get the hell out.
They're not even going to get that at MLG. You're going to be lucky to squeeze out like a 5-minute warm up, assuming MLG picks it up. So, all you're doing is spoiling yourself by going in there and trying to warm up for longer. But I mean, Caution probably needed a 40-minute warm up. I mean, Five-sided didn't do well. Maybe that's what they needed.
Yeah,
40-minute warm up.
Man, that's the good meta. You know, actually the guy that said it best was Terry. You know, when it's all in the head, you just got to sit down and play and do it. You know, as long as you have all your runs right.
Yep. So, you guys want to talk about some of these roster changes going on? I mean, it's already starting, the domino effect. It's getting pretty wild.
Yeah, so all of the roster changes that we currently know, and I guess we could talk about the big one to me being NBN.
Yeah.
But, I mean, did we or did we not call it? Immediately after they picked up Fallout, and they said, and I personally thought Fallout did really well at the event. I mean, he definitely was not the weak link at all by any means whatsoever. But he gets dropped. Maybe he left. Maybe he got dropped. I don't know what the story is because I just got back into playing this week. But he goes to Vision, if you want to call it that. And then J Merckx comes back, which he said he was, after he got some stuff handled, and then HD is done.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Of events ever for that team.
You know how that goes. He's gonna be back. I'm sure he's gonna have a competitive drive. I'm sure there's just I'm sure just with grinding with High Festation, you know, all the way up until that point. I mean, don't forget that there's a fine balance between life and gaming, etc. So hopefully, he just kind of dips back and balances that back out and comes back in knocking and smashing home.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that they dropped Fallout. After all, I mean, I thought Fallout played extremely well at the entire event. I mean, we've said it countless amount of times. I'm pretty sure everyone agreed he had that one opportunity to come up with a huge clutch, but it was a 4-on-2 situation in Clock Tower. Fell a little bit short. I mean, he didn't get a kill, but it's still a 4-on-2 situation. You can't hold that against him. Nonetheless, I mean, I think Fallout, if anything, they should have stayed a 3-piece and just kept up with Jay, because then they don't have to start all the way over from square one again.
Right.
Now they're they're what, looking at Kenny as another scapegoat. I don't think a player like Kenny will even be a good pickup for the team. They have to have a person whose name is at least slightly prestige, so it's not a scapegoat.
You know what? I don't think it'd be quite any. That's not a scapegoat. I don't think they're going to be using him as a scapegoat. I mean, obviously Kenny's come back. Kenny's come to 2 events kind of thing and done work. So I think that's more of just climbing the ranks, you know, rather than trying to be banged as a scapegoat.
Well, he hasn't played that well.
Yeah, but I mean, individual gameplay being taken underneath the wing once again, you know, by 2 other players. I mean, can change the way a kid, does things.
That's true. To me, just for Kenny to be in there doesn't. It's like a situation where it doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit to me. So it doesn't work with that group of people. I don't see it.
What about you, J-Ribs? What's your take on things?
Well, I do agree in the sense that he definitely is going to be a scapegoat if they place bad. As for him not fitting well, under Shane's leadership prospect, I feel he could take any 3 players, especially when he still has Nick on his side. He could take any 3 players, and J Merckx, of course, that's a veteran. He could take any 3 players, and they could do well. But when I say scapegoat, he could drop 1,000 every match. If they place bad, they're gonna probably go for a bigger name. And maybe, you never know, Predator might try to form back with Nick. If HD comes back, I could easily see him getting that spot. I still can't believe that he quit. I mean, you get a top 4 placing. I know you're gunning for number 1, but you should definitely stick it out and try to stay with the same team until you get, like, maybe 10th or something, like, terrible like that, you know? I think that all these teams that are making these team changes, they're not helping themselves out at all.
No.
They're going back to square one.
Yeah, we stressed this about 2 weeks ago? Yeah, the episode right before Hype, and we said teams need to stick it out. They need to figure out the problems, not just use somebody as a scapegoat, pick someone else up and move on. I mean, you got SYN was considered online warriors. They come and get top 5, top 6, and then drop damage points.
There's nothing wrong with what they did, though.
Huge. That's huge to me, though.
He's a leader. He's a leader.
No, he's not. He wasn't the leader, though. You know, I mean, Strangleite is the leader of Synergy kind of thing. You know, look, for whatever it's worth, he might have been able to hold things down and you know, stand up and give his team high fives, whatever, and keep the motivation up, kind of thing. But
huge.
You know, on the real, the guy didn't play the best of his abilities, and that's what happens. You know, that's how it works. They came in, they experimented, they took an experienced player. Synergy took an experienced player underneath of their wing and said, let's make this work, and it didn't work out, kind of thing, and that was it.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but, I mean, round 1, they put it all up to damage points to take on the 1v1, or else they were going into the loser's bracket round 1. They almost lost round 1 if it wasn't for damage points, and just because he has a couple shitty rounds, I think it's bullshit to just drop him right off.
But it's not a couple shitty rounds. It was a couple shitty maps. I mean, in one match, he was 0-5 and 0-6.
But I mean, the only thing that I feel wrong with that is now what are they looking for in Wingos? Like nothing against Wingos. Are they trying to improve their team? Do they feel he's a better slayer, better? There's no way he's a better motivator, a better communicator. Because I know Damage Points he's been on the top level for a while now, ever since 09. So the thing is they're going to go online now, and no matter who they pick up, they're going to do well. So what are they gaining? What are they gaining?
Station 1 and 2 seed point, maybe. But Strangleite said that he's been actually wanting to play with Wingos for a really long time, and I guess now's kind of the opportunity to make it work. You know.
Yeah, I don't see the move, man. Honestly, I really don't. I'm with Ribs. Like Wingos to me does not improve that team, and he's a hell of a player, but he's not. I don't feel like he's what they need. And from what I've seen, Wingos' role in the past, he's always been like the power weapon player. He's just been like an odd ball kind of position on a lot of different teams that he's been on. And then you're gonna have him in place of Damage Points, who's again motivator, communicator, and when he's on, Damage Points is hard to stop. So I mean, it's I don't know. I don't see that. That doesn't make sense to me.
My question for Face is really just, you know, Face, you team with Nasty, and we all know how Wingos is. You really think Nasty Online's persona will be able to mesh with Wingos's?
I mean, apparently they're doing it right now. You know, I mean, obviously I'm buddies with the SYN team. So I mean, they say that they're having a 100% much better online experience right now.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's hard to argue with chemistry. I mean, if it boosts up the chemistry, that's definitely a plus for the team. No arguing that.
Yeah.
But all right, well, we'll move on from this. You touched on it, Jordan Ribeiro. Okay, and honestly, this I'm just want to rip into this. Predator is questioning returning back in. What is this nonsense?
He's definitely gunning on MLG picking up the game. I believe he's going to make his choice on Wednesday, depending on what MLG says about their console gaming. So he also said some demands that he needed to have a sponsor.
Yeah.
He's not paying for his ride, his hotel. I don't even think he wants to pay for food. You know, he wants to go there and he wants to just compete because he feels that he's still a top player. And
he also said that he's only playing 3 to 4 days a week.
Well, he said that he would like to play 4 days a week. You know, that is the time that he can allow or a lot to play. You know, with once again, you know, balancing that whole life and gaming situation. You know, if the guy makes a comeback, good on him. I'm really excited to see it. I think it's a move.
With the princess demands, like that to me,
I'm not sure if they were serious.
What do you mean with the princess demands? The guy's won 2 out of 3 national championships and 2 personal awards. I mean, for what it's worth, you know, he should be able to just kind of write in if he wants to do his own homework and write into a company, you know, and say, hey, look, this is what it is, and this is who I am, and this is what I'm trying to put together. Then more power to him.
Maybe he might not be able. Yeah, he might not be able to afford going to events. That could be the thing too. He might need to have a sponsor to pay his way. That could be what's going on.
Well, here's my question: if he gets on a team, and there's very few Gears teams that even can squander up something for a sponsor. Who is he going to make these demands to, and how are they going to be able to get him on the squad? Like, what team?
I don't think he's going to try to join onto a team. To be quite honest, I think after Hype Fest Station 2, you know, and with some of the new ability and talents that are out there, I quite frankly think that he's going to grab I think he's going to grab 3 guys, you know, kind of off the you know, rosters and say, yo, this is what it is. Let's do it.
He said that. He said, if I can't get on a team, I will literally tear a team apart and make my own.
And I don't doubt him. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see him try that.
You know what, Quinn? I see you in the chat. We'll get him next week.
I guarantee he would destroy a lot of teams.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think, man, all these people still, you know, they're looking for the big names, quite frankly. And the team with Predator, I mean, look at Face. He got all googly-eyed when just, like, speaking the name, you know?
He's
Hey, guy's good, man. He's a buddy of mine. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see him.
I love Gabe, though, man. Gabe is a cool dude.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I just don't see what team maybe he can persuade some of the Insanes boys, maybe Nick.
Not Insanes.
I don't know. I mean, from the story that I was told about what went down, he put on some major riffs with some people. So, I don't know.
You know, he just has a lot on his plate now. I mean, we did see, you know, he is engaged. I mean, congratulations and whatnot. But And so he had to pick up, you know, I'm assuming that he got it like a job promotion or he got a better, higher paying job, so that's going to take up time. I mean, yeah, you got to question these things for a team. I mean, we always said that you have to fit, you know, you have to look at another person's schedule and compare it with yours and then go from there. Don't just go for skill. Right. You know, schedules are very important. And 4 days a week, that's, you can deal with that, but I see a lot of complications happening for me personally.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could cause a problem.
So, what other teams are we?
Apex dropped Loco.
No.
Yeah.
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 They're picking up an OG and Stubeezy. Apparently, I think they won two events with him in Europe.
Right. Yeah. So what's up? Has anybody heard from Loco kind of thing, or is he just kind of on his grind too?
He posted on whatever. I forget. I think it's galforum.net, whatever they use, the European players mainly use, and he pretty much posts this long thing how he feels he got slided in the whole thing. You know, he put in a lot for his team personally to get them there, stuff like that. And from the way it sounds, he had also said that all he got was one little BlackBerry message, like late at night when he was out, saying that he was dropped, and it was just a really dirty way that he got kicked out. I guess that's how he kind of worded it.
I swear they're going backwards, man. A lot of these teams are going backwards, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I don't understand. Like, you got Loco. It's similar to SYN, but Loco was definitely a leader type person on Apex. Even though Apex picked him up, he was definitely a leader type person. I mean, he does a lot for them, and I don't see why they would even drop him because they were a young team. And he even told me, like, first round they came out, they 4-0'd Legacy on Hotel, right? They looked hot. And then they came out King of the Hill, and he said they won that first hill, and they went up like 50 points or something, and then there was a weapon swap issue.
Take it back.
Yeah, they had to drop it and rehost it, so then they lost the first hill and went down, and all his 3 teammates were talking about, I was like, oh, if only that didn't happen, we'd be winning, and, you know, because they had that young mindset. So he kept trying to tell him, you know, don't think about it, so it's like, I don't understand why dropping him. I mean, he's been successful in Gears. I mean, he came over in 08 from Europe, first tournament, no, not first, second, because they went to Meadows, didn't do as good, but Meadows was, well, no, never mind. I'm thinking Gears 2 anyway. Meadows, you know, they did bad. They come to Toronto and get fourth. So, I mean, he's a proven good Gears player. I don't see why you drop him. He didn't even do bad either. I watched him.
Yeah, well, I mean, even going into the Astro listen-ins with them guys kind of thing. I mean, even on main stage where we dropped in the listen-in, they were getting hot and heavy with each other. That guy Rejaction, you know, is like the European nasty kind of thing, you know, as far as like the attitude's concerned, you know, from my understanding. And, I mean, that team just had a crazy mental breakdown without a good mental game coming in. And, I mean, straight from the mouth of Loco, you know, the U.S. players can play all 3, you know, defensive, aggressive, and you know, match skill, you know, as far as Gears is concerned.
Yep.
I just don't understand why you would drop Loco. Like, I mean, any other 3. I mean, when you're looking at the team, it's like they're kind of, when you're looking at trying to shape your team into like a business.
Yep.
You could drop any of the other three. Loco is not expendable. He is the European poster boy, and just to drop him like that, there goes a fan base right away.
Yeah. And I mean,
one thing we haven't touched up.
Oh, you can go.
Sorry,
go ahead. No, you got it.
I don't know if Loco said this out of anger, if it's truthful or not, that he said that he doesn't even believe that they're going to be able to travel overseas without his connections. And that'll definitely be detrimental to that squad if they, play online, they practice, and they can't even manage that sponsor without Loco's help.
Yeah, that's exactly what
I was going to touch on. Who knows, we might even see Loco bring back
three new EUs.
Yeah, with his old team name. Crream was just talking about, I think it was Dignitas.
Yeah.
Dignitas.
I heard rumors. I heard a little chatter that he's trying to form a squad.
And that Dignitas name is going pretty high. That's a high wire name right now.
Yep.
As far in the other competitive gaming communities, PC, etc.
Yeah, it's good. I really don't see, with them dropping Loco, them even coming to another American event. I really don't. I don't think it's going to happen.
No chance.
Nope.
Unless they save up all their EGL money from this season. I mean, I think EGL is announcing 5 events coming up soon.
They announced the first event. It's going to be April 7th to 8th that weekend, I think.
Nice.
So right in the middle of PAX East.
I think so.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, that's not the best viewership. But, I mean, nonetheless, maybe if they save up all that money and they just come in and they're just slapping kids over and over, then they can pay for a plane ticket and a flight and food.
Yep.
Maybe. So, let me see. Next team, I think the big one, other big one to me, obviously, I want to get Save Us, but Vision.
Yep.
I don't know. Puff left?
Yeah, he left.
So Puff and Franchise, the two that I've seen the longest time, staying together, other than our team, gone, done, and
Fran's still there, no?
Yeah, Fran's still there. It's Fran, Fallout. So Fallout went from NBN, now he's on Vision, Ambition Affinity and Knock, I think is their roster right now. That sounds right. So Fallout basically taking the place of Puff. That's some mighty big